Hello, I'm Edgar Miranda.
Luke, you must complete the training.
I can't keep the vision out of my head. They're my friends. I gotta help them.
You must not go.
But Han and Leia will die if I don't.
A few things in life are certain. For instance, you will love and you will lose. You will experience success and failure. Tomorrow will always come, with or without us. And Star Wars movies will get sequels.
It is useless to resist.
Well, most of them.
Show me the money.
Now, shall we begin?
It's 2017. A movie hits theaters. I'm disappointed. It's 2020. I really want to revisit this movie. It's 2017. I watched the movie again. I think I hate it. It's 2020. I start listening to the audiobook, and I just can't stop. It's 2017. Something breaks. I don't want to talk about Star Wars anymore. It's 2020. All I think about is Star Wars and this movie. It's 2017. So much speculation. What a waste. It's 2020. Did I just enjoy this movie? Well, except for that. You know, kind of a big thing. It's 2017. It's 2020. Oh, look. I can't believe they did this to you.
You know of the rebellion against the Empire? I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you. Why don't you take a look around? They could use a good pilot like you. You're turning your back on them. I won't fail you. I'm not afraid. But how am I to know the good side from the bad?
You will know when you are calm.
If you choose to face Vader, you will do it alone.
I understand. R2, fire up the converters. You can't do this. I feel the conflict within you. Let go of your hate. You failed, Your Highness. I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
When gone am I? The last of the Jedi will you be?
This is not going to go the way you think.
This is true for this movie and true for this review. When I first watched The Last Jedi, there were things I liked. A few things that I really liked, but mostly, I felt disappointed. The movie was trying to emulate The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, all rolled into one.
Welcome, young Skywalker.
Young Rey, welcome.
And after The Force Awakens, we should have been done copying the old movies. I wanted the story to go somewhere different, but the parts that did just frustrated me. I had countless expectations from the previous movie, the original trilogy, and even the prequels. Everything colliding on this movie, with the hopes that it could properly combine elements from all eras, just like Rogue One did. But unlike the experiment that was Rogue One, this movie literally had the Last Jedi, Luke. And after more than 30 years since we last saw him, he was back. Ready to walk out with a lightsaber and face down the whole First Order.
What? I'm gonna walk out with a laser sword and face down the whole First Order?
The original concept was that the Jedi would fight with swords, and then I wanted to make it a futuristic kind of sword, so I made it a lightsaber, which is sort of a laser sword.
I saw your laser sword. Only Jedis carry that kind of weapon.
Yeah, okay.
What? I'm gonna walk out with a laser sword and face down the whole First Order?
Yeah.
What did you think was going to happen here? Go away.
What? No, that's not supposed to happen.
It's time for the Jedi to end.
No. No, that's a joke. There were things I wanted to see, or rather, things I expected to see. And the movie had no obligation to fulfill this. Subvert as you please. But doing something that I did not want in service of the story is not the same as negating what a character represents without giving a compelling explanation why.
I failed because I was Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master.
But now is not the time to talk about Luke.
That comes later.
Also, there was this phenomenon online back then about, oh, if you only watch the movie a second time, you will really like it. I did, eventually. And I wasn't disappointed. I kind of hated it, because I felt cheated. The only way for me to describe it is that I felt that the movie was slapping me across the face for being a fool, for believing that what I expected was actually going to happen, for wanting to harvest the seeds that I was sure were planted, for thinking that Luke Skywalker was still going to be Luke Skywalker.
You don't need Luke Skywalker.
Yes, we do. So I stopped looking for Star Wars content. I didn't want to talk about it anymore. I thought, okay, maybe they're really just movies, and I shouldn't be so emotionally invested in them. No more wasting my time with speculations. And not just for this movie, but for every movie. Time to grow up.
Woo!
This is how I felt after watching the movie a second time.
Well, that's a real question, isn't it? Why? The how and the who is just scenery for the public.
Cantobite, Snoke, Orcs, bare-chested Ren.
Keeps them guessing like some kind of parlor game, prevents them from asking the most important question, why?
Why was Skywalker killed?
Who benefited? Who has the power to cover it up?
I know. I'm being too dramatic. But Star Wars is special to me. It has been with me all of my life, and I cannot help but have strong feelings about it. I don't care how childish. But then, I watched the movie again, and something happened.
Something truly special.
I enjoyed it. It was the same movie, the same story, the same characters, and the same conclusion. Yet, I felt very different. All things being equal, what changed must have been me. Or maybe the fact that my expectations were low, that 3 years had passed, and that I had already seen the sequel, so I could no longer be disappointed. But don't get me wrong, there are things I will never accept. But other things that once bothered me were perfectly fine. So more than fine. Absolutely more than fine. And it was also great to revisit the things I liked in the first place. And the things I loved. Of course, there are things I still don't like. And also the nitpicks. And in this review series, I will get into all of it. But before, a few words about a guy. This guy.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
I don't really feel that. Not anymore. And haven't for a while. Back then, I was sure I was never gonna watch another Star Wars movie if Rian Johnson was attached to it. Now I don't think that's the case. I think this guy is very talented. I knew this going into the movie, and although his movie really affected me, for whatever reason, I feel that I would be remiss if I say that there was no love put into the movie. After watching the movie a few times, after hearing the excellent audiobook of the novelization, after watching the behind the scenes and many interviews,
It's not going to go the way you think.
My very first Star Wars memory is my dad putting me in the car to go see A New Hope, and I asked, where are we going? And he said, we're going to see the most incredible thing you've ever seen.
I truly believe that the movie we got is the movie he thought was the absolute best Star Wars movie he could make. So, even though I just fundamentally disagree with his concept of the Luke Skywalker character and how he used him, and I'm not the only one.
And I told Brian this, it's no surprise. I said, I just fundamentally disagree with your concept of this character and how you use him.
I think there is a lot to be enjoyed about The Last Jedi. Is this a reasonable statement?
Maybe.
Fingers crossed. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and check the other entries in the review series of The Last Jedi. If you want to further support the channel, please check my Patreon page. See you next time.
This is not going to go the way you think.